Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I am so excited about this video today because today I'm going to be sharing with you a video about my DIY plant cabinet back here, or a greenhouse cabinet that I am housing a jungle of plants in right now. I am so excited about it. And let me get out of the way. Just to let you know, this cabinet right here, I got off of Facebook Marketplace. There are always people trying to rehome their curio cabinets. And I guess the difference between a curio cabinet and a display cabinet is a curio cabinet is going to have an area for you to add a light inside of the cabinet, but not all display cabinets have that. A lot of them are all clear, but they don't necessarily have the lighting inside of the cabinet. And the happy thing about this one right here is it has space for two different light bulbs, in standard light bulbs on top of it all in this cabinet. And so I really love it. I was so happy when I was able to get it. It was a trial to get it to my house because this thing is so heavy. So heavy. It took 3 full-size strong people to get that into this house. And we had to rent a truck because ours would not take it. It was entirely too big. So we had to go and rent a truck and we just went to Home Depot and we got a truck and we brought it over, and I am so happy about it. This thing truly makes me happy. So it is a wood cabinet. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so we can inspect it a little closer. So you can see that it is a wood cabinet, and so you have to be very careful with the wood because it is very humid on the inside of this cabinet. The humidity in this cabinet stays between 86 and 88 unless I've had it open for a time. And this morning I had it open for a time because I was just sweeping out some of the debris, so I wouldn't be showing you any of the debris. And not that there was a lot, because I sweep this every single day, because with plants, things get everywhere. But this is a true display piece, and it's just something that draws attention when people come to my home. But the wood itself will have problems if you don't seal it. I did seal mine. I used the Krylon low odor clear finish, and this is what it looks like. And you can also get this in a regular paint can and just paint it on. I would suggest that one over this one right here, only because, of course, when you use spray paint, the particles go into the air, and I had to cover over everything that I didn't want to have any kind of sticky finish on it. And so that makes it more difficult. So next time I would definitely go with the paint on type instead of the spray on. I just had this already, and so I used it, but to say the least, the other one would have been much better. And when I do go over this again, in maybe about 6 months, I think I will reseal it. I will go over it and I will just use the other one. It'll be the same company, but it'll just be the paint on version. I do have 2 grow lights inside of the cabinet. They are both Sansi light bulbs, but they are the Sansi light bulbs that have the little protective cap dome. And so I think they look so very pretty because they're not the open light bulbs. There are the open light bulbs from Sansi, and there are the closed cap light bulbs. And these are the closed cap, and I love them. And they just fit right inside, and it looks like it's a part of the display. It's so cool. At the bottom, you'll see the pink lights down there. And those pink lights are not my favorite, but they give a nice bright light to my plants that I want to have bright indirect light, even though they are right there under the light itself, but they're not getting scorched. They're not getting bleached because it is a nice soft grow light. And I know I can get a less harsh light, but I had this one already. It's not my favorite, but for this purpose, it's working out. But I would prefer that light be white, like my Sansi lights, because the Sansi lights are like daylight, sunlight, and I love that. So I will open up the cabinet and show you some more of what's going on inside. So in order for me to be effective in showing you exactly what's going on in here, I have to turn off that lower light. When I get down to that section, I will try to adjust the light so that you can see it. But up top, I think it's very clear because of the bright lights. But you see up here, I have these domes that are on the lights. And so it doesn't look like it's a light bulb as much as it looks very, very decorative. And I love that, guys. I love that so much. Inside, I do have fans going. I also have an evaporative humidifier. So there is nothing on the inside that is making rain droplets or anything like that, as much as the humidity stays pretty high. And I will show you from my rain point system exactly how high the temperature and the humidity stays in here. But this right here, this setup, this jungle cabinet is so fabulous. I love it. I literally just come and sit here in the morning time drinking coffee, and I love it. I go from here downstairs to my humidity cage and then to my greenhouse downstairs, and I just love it. It has been so much easier for me to maintain my plants because I just take everything out shelf by shelf. And I just I'll have one day where I clean all of my plants on the top and another day where I clean all of my plants on the bottom. And so it just makes it a lot easier. I know everything at the top is clean because I took it all out and I mark it on my calendar. Know everything at the bottom is clean because I took them all out and I mark it on my calendar. So it works out so very nicely. I have to go and let Marshmallow back into the house. Can you just wait one moment? Okay, so you can see that the back is mirrored, and so this light is being reflected in the mirror to the plants. It's so cool. I love it. And there are so many things in here, but I just shopped to my home for plants that I wanted to put in here. Maxie, do you have to play with that right now? Really? Okay, I just shopped my home for plants. So you've seen all of these plants, but there are some plants in here that you have not seen. And these big plants, I don't get credit for them at all. Sweet Carol grew these plants out and she shared them with me, and I've shown you some of them, but I'm going to show you the upgrade that they've had lately because they are still continuing to grow, and so I just wanted to show those to you. Okay, so over in this corner, this massive philodendron atabopoense, I believe is the way to pronounce it, is it is so cool. I love this plant so much. Carol did such a good job growing this thing big. The leaf is 20 inches long, the largest one, and it is beautiful. Look at that gorgeousness. Oh, she's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to dote over that plant in another video because I could literally sit here for 20 minutes talking about that plant. Over here, back here, I have a philodendron melanochrysum, and I have everything placed in a certain way, so I don't want to do too much moving. And she has a new leaf coming in back here, and she's beautiful. And then this is my Mexicanum, philodendron mexicanum. She did such a good job growing this one, and I am so happy that she is growing another leaf because I want to make sure that they stay nice and healthy the way she had them because they are so special to me. And let me see another one. You know this one right here. This is my Burl Marks. I've had her for a little while now. She is doing very well. She loves this cabinet because I'll tell you that these two leaves right here were all folded up yesterday. Today, they're open and ready to push out new growth. Look at these things down here growing in. So pretty. What else didn't I show you? I don't have a name for this begonia right here, but I did a trade on Facebook Marketplace for this begonia. And the leaf that I got with it, something fell on it and it broke off, but it grew in this leaf. This leaf is deep, deep, deep black burgundy, and it is also twice the size of the original leaf. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I love it. I love that thing so much. Something else. Let's see. What else can I show you in here? Oh, this is one of the Jacquelines I purchased from Lowe's. And this Jacqueline, I have it in water. I want to see if I can grow a Jacqueline in water. And so far, she has not lost any of her leaves, but she's going through a little transition time, but not bad. She's still very firm and she's growing because this is actually a new leaf. So she is still growing. So I'm going to keep her in there. My SP Columbia is in the corner over there. And she still has a little bit of the treatment that I put on her on the leaves over here, but she's okay. I sprayed them with a, what is it called? A fungicide, because some of my plants developed a little bit of an issue. And so I just sprayed all of the plants when I watered them with their full watering. Over here, I have Michelitziana or Michelitziana, and she is a baby. I do terribly with this plant, but this one so far is doing well, but I have been ignoring her because I said I dote over them and they don't make it. So I said if I ignore it, maybe she'll be okay. So far, it's working as usual. And then this is my Gloriosum, and I have been through the ringer with this plant. She went down to a stump. I bought this in Bark and Vine quite some time ago. She went down to a stump and now she has 3 leaves. I'm so excited about her growing out. Let's see, what else can I show you that you have not seen? I don't think anything else. Oh, here is my, oh, she has a little bit of perlite on her leaf, but this is my Radicans crossed with Luxurians. I have a big one that I've shared with you guys a number of times, and I actually went into the soil and split her apart because I felt like she was getting bleaching on her leaves, and I kind of felt like it wasn't because of the lighting. I thought it was because she was so big in the pot, and I saw that there were a couple of offshoots, but it turned out there weren't a couple of offshoots. There were 5 additional offshoots in that pot, and so she wasn't getting enough nourishment. I separated them all. They are all still growing. And the mom plant, let me show her that one to you. This is the mama plant, and I separated her. This is what's left in the pot. This is her new leaf that emerged after I separated her, and she also put out her very first bloom. Isn't that cool, guys? I am so excited about her having a bloom. Okay, so and then, oh, here is the gigas that Carol grew out, and I separated her. There were 2 of them, but I wanted one for my closet and I wanted one for this cabinet. And so I separated them, and she is putting out a new leaf, and the one downstairs is working on her second new leaf. So incredibly cool. So now let's go down to the first level. Down there into the ultimate jungle. Down here, you will see this. This is an evaporative humidifier. Let's see. See that? This is an evaporative humidifier. It is from the Pelonis company. This is a Pelonis evaporative humidifier. And I never really understood what the evaporative humidifier would be like to have. It doesn't give off that beautiful steam that makes it look like so aesthetically pleasing. What it does is it almost acts like an air conditioner in that it just keeps the temperature up. You fill it with water. There's a max line right here. It has 3 different settings. This one is only on 1. I don't need to really put it on much of anything in order for me to get the effect that I want. And the humidity stays nice and high. So that is what I have in here, and it also serves as a fan because this blows out a constant flow of air. And on the top, I move the fan around into the corners, and there's another fan that sits right over in this corner just to give these plants a little bit of airflow. But I have it just being cleaned off right now. So down here, I have this beauty, this big beauty that Carol grew, that is called the Glorious, and she is truly glorious. This plant attracts people's attention so much. When they come past this cabinet, they're like, look at the size of that leaf. Yes, she did such a good job. This is so beautiful. And she does have a new leaf coming in. These are 2 smaller leaves. This one opened up a little while ago, but she does have a new leaf coming in. She's on a pole back there. And so I'm really excited about that new leaf. And then I have a Quilted Dream over here. This is my Mame Silver, and she is doing really, really well. This is a crawler, so I'm still trying to get used to understanding exactly how to take care of her. But she is in a pot that allows her to crawl, but not very far. But I'm still adjusting to her. This is my Mayoi Tahiti. In my last video, I called her a what was it? A Maui Tahiti. She's not a Maui Tahiti. She's a Mayoi Tahiti. Let me see. Are you even on her? This one right here. This is a Mayoi Tahiti, and this is the one that Dave gave me. And what is that on you? Okay, a little bit of perlite. You know, when you use perlite as a substrate, you have to like not panic every time you see something white on your plants, unlike me. So this Mayoi Tahiti has this new leaf, and the leaf has definitely changed in its maturity, and I love it. It has spots going up the center rib, and it is gorgeous, 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 y'all. And over here, this is my Summer Glory. I've shown you my Summer Glory before. She has been putting out super big leaves. This is the latest leaf that has emerged, and oh, yes, she's beautiful. She is beautiful. I love her. I'm trying to think what else in here haven't you seen? There's another Mayoi Tahiti over in that corner, because you guys remember I cut her up and I put her in different places in my house, and they seem to really love the humidity and the light that happens in here. So I had this one in here. It did such a beautiful job that I put another one in here, and it fits just fine. And I love the jungle space that it fills in. Over there it was a little bit empty because there was nothing tall enough to fit over there, but now it's filled in and it's beautiful. This is my Delensky. I believe that is the name of this philodendron, and she is called Woman. I love her. She's a very, very beautiful, beautiful statement piece kind of a plant. She was growing really leggy, and so I ended up cutting her and putting the cuttings right back into the same pot with it when she filled out, and I really love it. I love this plant so much. And she tells me when she is thirsty, because she will just be very soft. But now you see how she's all scrolly and ruffly. She is gorgeous. Love her. Okay, here is one of my Cupreas right over here. I actually transferred that one to water, and she did okay, but I just decided some of the leaves started looking a little weird, and so I ended up taking the other leaves off, and I just left this one on, and I put her into a mixture of what is it? It is the stratum and perlite. So that's what she's in, and she's very happy. So I'm good with that. Why do you have two name markers? Quilted Dreams. Oh, we just damaged you. Huh. She has two name markers. You only need one. I have another Quilted Dream, so I will put that on my other Quilted Dream. Yep, but that's all that I have down here. I have this fuzzy petiole that just put out a new leaf right there. And outside of that, there's nothing else down here. It seems like there's a whole bunch of plants down here, but there are actually not a lot of them down here because they're just big. They're just big plants. So it looks like there's like so many plants down here, but there is not. And I love that. I had a plant right here, but I think I will end up putting another one here, a low light plant. I'm thinking about putting a spider plant there, honestly, because I love spider plants. And they're not like fancy dancy plants, but to me, they are fancy because I love spider plants. I think they just give that beautiful jungle effect really, really easily, and I love that. Now, the changes that I definitely have to make in this cabinet is this light that is right here, this grow light. I need to secure it on the bottom of this glass shelf, and as it stands, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. I'm not sure if I'm going to use double-sided tape or if I'm going to use magnets. I think it may be magnets, because I don't want to damage the glass. So I think the next time I clean all of these, which will be next week, when everything is off of there, I will put the magnets on there and just put the strip of light right there. And I think that'll work out nicely, and I will have more room to play around up there. And I do need to secure my cords, I haven't done anything to secure the cords over there. I don't want to use anything on the side of of this cabinet that would cause problems as far as me peeling it off and it just being a big eyesore, because I do love this piece. It is a nice solid wood piece, and I want to keep it that way. Now, as far as maintaining this cabinet, it is, again, a centerpiece in my front room. And so it is really important for me to keep this thing nice and clean. I've been trying different types of glass cleaner, and Some of them I like, but they just smelled so terrible. And then I bought another one from Home Depot, and it was inexpensive, but it's strong, and the smell is awful, and it doesn't dry streak free. And so I went right back to the regular Windex, and the Windex is what seems to do it the very best. And so that's what I have been using on the glass and the mirrors in here. But then for any spills that happen inside the cabinet, I've just been using a good old duster, and I literally just go over, even with the windows, because I stand pressed up against this window all day long. You can see my fingerprints right there. I don't know if it'll come off on camera, but if I just go over it with this duster, it actually buffs it away. So I really, really just love this duster. And this is just from the dollar store. This is the handle on it, and it's perfect. And then I just have like a little pelican right here that I put it on the wing of the pelican, and it looks like a fuzzy wing. And so that's where I store it. And underneath the cabinet, it is on kind of like pedestal feet. I do have some cleaning solutions and some sprays for me to spray onto the plants, like, just randomly if I need to do that. And now here, this is another thing that I want to change. You'll see right here, these pieces right here, I am going to change these out. I thought about keeping them because it's just for the overall piece, it fits. But this piece doesn't necessarily match the style of my home. I have a very modern home, and this piece is very traditional when it comes to the styling of it. And so I added some plants to the top so that it would not, you wouldn't see so much the extreme traditional look of the piece. But the handles themselves, these handles themselves, in my opinion, they need to be changed out. I do really like the handles that people get for their Mills bows, where they have the Monstera leaf on their cabinet, and I think I will end up changing these out for that, because this is just a single screw fitting, and I will keep that. I will keep the fitting itself and maybe even use it on something else. But for this piece right here, I just feel like I need to modernize this piece right on the front. I do think so. The other thing that I do need to do is to caulk around the mirror on the back of the unit, because I don't want there to be any problem with moisture collecting back there. But like I said, when it comes to the moisture and the humidity in this cabinet, it does not collect a lot of moisture because of this evaporative humidifier. And the temperature is pretty high, but it just doesn't collect a lot of moisture. The other thing that I should say is that this unit came with 3 full glass shelves. So I can literally put smaller plants in here and just have 3 glass shelves in here. But I decided from the beginning, I knew I wasn't going to use all 3 shelves at the same time, because I wanted tall, gorgeous plants in here, because the whole thing is I can have my smaller plants out in the natural atmosphere. But these plants are all plants that I want to have a little bit of the plumping effect from the humidity in this cabinet. So that's why I have this in here. But I just have the shelves to the right of this unit. They're just sitting there. Originally, I had them on the bottom over here underneath these plants, but I noticed that it was a little moist in between the plates of the glass, and so I didn't want to have any problems with that, and so I changed that out. Guys, I love this. And again, Facebook Marketplace is where I got this, and people are always looking to rehome these, and you can get them sometimes for free, sometimes for as little as $10, $15. There's one on that I seen on that was, I think, about $35, and it was very beautiful. It was all black, very, very beautiful piece. And you just go. You probably, when they're big like this, you definitely need company to go and get it. I could not have moved this. It's hard for me to even push this, and it's on coasters. It's hard for me to even push this around the room. So yeah, this is a heavy, heavy piece, and I love it. Originally, I wanted this to be black, but there was no way I could paint over this wood. No way, absolutely no way could I paint over this beautiful wood. It is so beautiful. Now, when it comes to turning the unit on and off, it was my daughter who discovered how to. So when it comes to turning this unit on and off, it was my daughter who discovered how to do it. I'm I'm like, how do I turn this thing on and off? There's no switch. And then she touched it over here and she saw that there was a dimmer switch and there's actually a turn on switch. Now these lights right here don't dim, so I don't use the dimmer feature. It actually starts to flicker when I am on the setting to make it a little bit brighter, but it does just fine with just the regular setting. Yay, guys. I love it. I love this thing so very much. It has truly been making me happy. And yes, you know, the IKEA cabinets are so very pretty. But I just think that number one, they're really hard to find. And number two, they are really expensive. And so with all that you have to get to put inside of the cabinets, I just rather enjoy my plants. I just want something to enjoy my plants and display them. And I'm loving, again, I told you guys before, I'm really looking forward to just really making my plants look very, very pretty. I'm just so happy making the plants that I have look pretty. And then with these plants, these giant plants that I could never grow out that giant, that Carol sent me, they are like the cherry on top of this collection because they are so beautiful. And so now I get the privilege of just maintaining them, maintaining their beauty and their size. And I'm so excited. It's just really exciting for me. I know I keep saying excited, but that truly explains the way I feel about this cabinet. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you if you are planning on transferring a curio that you have into a beautiful display for your plant babies. And I will talk to you again soon. Oh, and please let me know if there's anything that you think I could do to improve the setup of this cabinet. The one thing I will be doing is putting a bar on the back over there so I can put some Hoya very close to these lights, because I really, really like to have them very close to the light and not have that wasted space up there. So thanks again, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.